what I had not known. Can we stay here longer? Can we stay until tomorrow? Can we stay here longer? Can we stay until tomorrow? Can we stay here forever? Race forging through this unearthly view. And so perilously emotions utterance agree. Can we stay here longer? Can we stay until tomorrow? Can we stay here forever? Hello and welcome to the Practitioner Business Journey webinar. Thank you for coming along. We've had 10 people registered. We've got a couple of people on the line, but we will get started so that we can stay on time. And a lot of people will probably be listening to the recording, so that's fine as well. For the people who are attending live, there is a chat area. At the top of the screen, there is a chat. On your right-hand side in a control panel, there is a chat box that you can click on. If you've got any questions at all at any time throughout the throughout the presentation, I'm happy to answer them. And at the end, I'll take questions as well. So today, I'm just going to take you on a bit of a journey through the practitioner phases of business. And the reason I'm doing this is because a lot of people come to me and they don't have a lot of clarity around where they're going or what direction that they're taking in their business, or even what they can do to enhance where they're at in their current stage, or if they want to move forward, what they can do to grow their businesses. And I see that so often. So I just thought I might put a whole process around it so that it can give you guys a bit more clarity about where you want to go. So let me start, for those of you who don't know, just a little bit of background about who I am. So my name's Nikki White and I run a couple of businesses, which is My Wellness Business and Wellness Hubs Australia. And everything that I do is based around helping practitioners on the business side of their business. The reason I do that is because I really want to see the wellness industry grow as a profession and to be a viable option for people who are looking for health-related services to choose something like acupuncture instead of going to the doctor as a viable option, and not as an alternative and not as a last ditch resort when all the medicine hasn't worked. And I really believe that that's not going to come until we as practitioners take ourselves seriously and change our mindset and become a little bit more professional in the services that we're offering so that we can be a viable choice. And that may be a little bit of a controversial statement, and people may be saying, well, I am professional. And yes, there are a lot of practitioners out there who are, but there are a lot who don't have the confidence to take themselves seriously as business owners. So that's really what I'm doing, trying to empower people to be serious business owners. So this webinar is not a salesy, pitchy webinar. There is no buy now at the end of the webinar. So I just want to let you know that up front. This is more an educational webinar. But throughout the webinar, I will be talking to you about the services that I offer so that you know what's available to you if you're at any stage of your business that you think, actually, I do need some help. So I do have a lot of programs on offer, and I will be talking about those throughout the webinar. So first up, the journey today, I'm going to use the analogy of a train. And the reason I'm doing this is because I was really struggling with how I could work out how to show all the different stages of the practitioner journey without one being better or higher than the others. And it came to me through a meditation that a circular train track on one level is the perfect analogy, and that every stage of our business is a different station, and that we can get on this train and travel from station to station throughout our business journey depending on where we want to go. But there is no right or wrong, and there's no station that's better than another station, and there's no stage in business that's higher or better, and there's no perfect stage of business. Everybody is unique and everybody has their own motivations for being in business. So you can stay at one station for the whole lifetime of your business, or you can move on, or you can jump on the train and go backwards if one station's not really working for you. It's a circular track, it's one level for the same reasons, that there is nothing better. And really what I'm going to do is say to you, well, if you're here at this station, this is what you can do to enhance your business. But if you want to get back on the train and move to the next station, then I will show you what you can do. There's no hard and fast rule to this. What I'm giving you is my opinion, and so please just use it as a guide. I don't want you to think that this is the be all and end all. So it's just really sharing with you what I see on a daily basis with the practitioners that I work with. Now, I also just wanted to say one thing here and now is that so many people that I work with wait for things to be perfect before that they get them out there. And when I started this webinar, my vision was to have animation trains driving around tracks and pulling up at stations with smoke coming out and things like that. And it just was like, wow, that's such a big task. And then I thought, it doesn't have to be perfect. I can still create my message as it is, just by using these images that I'm going to share with you today. And I think that's a trap that many business owners fall into, is that we really wait for everything to be perfect before we get it out there. And sometimes it's just better to get it out there and see what the reaction is, to see if you're going to actually move forward with something and make it better. So throughout the journey of a business practitioner, you're going to have different websites. You could have a rebrand. You could have logos. I'm not really going to get into that specific today. This is more of a high level kind of presentation. But really, I just wanted to point out here too that don't freak out about changes, or if you get things wrong. Everybody's going to make mistakes on their business journey. Everybody's going to have hard days and great days, and that's all part of being a business owner. So when it does get tough, it's really good to just remember that this is all just part and parcel of being in business. All right, so by the end of the session, you'll have a platform of which to shine. Hopefully I've given you, those who want to, the confidence to play in a bigger space. I would have helped you create a vision and a goal for your business so that you know where you can take it. But also I want to really use this webinar for you to give yourself permission to follow your heart and do what's right for you in the business world. So let's jump on this train and travel to the very first station of our practitioner journey, which is self-healing and discovery. And it doesn't matter who I speak to. It doesn't matter what kind of a background they have. Most people have been through this station on their business journey, especially in our industry. So something's happened to us. We've either burnt out in corporate, we've been sick, we've gone through some major loss or a divorce or anything like that, some life-changing experience that leads us into this journey of self-healing and discovery, something that leads us into the journey of there has to be a better way, that my life is not going to be dictated to by other people, etc., etc. So we all get to this station, and this is really where we start on our journey. So you could have attended a college, you could be receiving education in your modality at this stage. Like I said, you could be leaving corporate because you were stressed out. You could be returning to the workforce after having children and starting to follow your passion rather than doing what you know that you have to do. You could be studying a modality after hours and still working in a full-time job, or you could just be studying your modality for an interest factor. So they're all the different reasons that people sit at this station. Really, at this stage of your journey, you're probably not earning an income and just really enjoying it. So if you are at this stage of your journey, what can you do to enhance it? Well, I suggest that you do a lot of work on yourself, meaning heal. So take the time out to heal whatever it is that's got you to this spot, and to really explore and love your modality and maybe learn a couple of modalities. It's up to you, but really use this time to be you and to enjoy the space that you're on. But then if you think, well, you know what, I'm going to actually take this a bit more seriously and you want to practice, then start working on people that you know. So your friends and your family, and really getting experience under your belt. And like I said, it is probably that you're not getting paid for this at the moment. You are probably more likely to just be doing freebies for your friends and family. If you were going to move on from this stage, the things that you would want to be looking at is to start learning some business skills. So once you've got your modality in hand, for want of a better word, and you're really confident with it, then it's to say, well, how am I going to start learning some business skills to move myself forward along that journey? A lot of us at this stage don't have a lot of money, so that's why I've developed the My Wellness Business website, and the domain name is mywellnessbusiness.com.au. And when you go to this site, you will see it's full of articles and business advice and topics just to help get you started. It is very high level, but it will give you some information. You would probably not have a website at this stage, and really just starting to think about, okay, well, if I'm going to make a living out of this and I'm going to take this a bit further, how can I do it, and what skills am I lacking in, and what do I need to learn about running a business in this day and age? So that's a free resource that's available for you, and you can go there, and it's constantly being updated and get all the information that you need to help you start to thinking about building your passion and your modality into a business. So at that stage, you would get back on the train and go to the next station, which is a hobby business. Now, please don't take offence to the word hobby business. There are many, many great hobby businesses out there. And if you're in a position where you don't have to generate an income and you don't have to support a family, and perhaps, you know, you've got a husband who works full-time and you can just do your business when you want to, how you want to, then you're in a really great space. And to have a hobby business is fantastic. It gives you something to do. It makes you feel alive. You're helping people, but you don't have the stresses of having to earn money and having to build it and having to get clients. So it's a real mindset in the hobby business. So typically the people that I see in hobby businesses are working on their own. There's no regularity to their clients. So one week they could have 2 or 3, the next week they could have 10. They're booking their clients in around their own schedule. So the family comes first, or or something else comes first and the clients come second, and they're built in around the practitioner's schedule. Most of them don't even have a business account. They still have their money going into a personal account or a joint account with their husband or partner. And a lot of them will, I see, stop working on school holidays or really reduce their businesses down in the school holidays. So if this is you, like I said, don't take offence. If you've got a business that works like that and it's working for you, that's totally great. You would probably at this stage have some very basic business skills, but not a lot of systems. And you'd be doing some ad hoc marketing and probably doing a dabble in social media without really knowing what you're doing. And what you could be earning is probably up to $15,000. So people are still under the tax threshold in this business station at this stage of business. So what can you do if you're going to stay here to enhance it? Like I said, enjoy it. And really focus on providing a really good quality service. If you want to grow your business in a hobby stage, then your clients are your most important asset. So if you can provide a great service to them, get client referrals, think about email newsletters, and definitely have a website so that people have somewhere to check you out when your friends and family and existing clients refer you. That's what you can do to make your hobby business better. If you say, you know what, I need more than this, a hobby's great, but I really want to expand and I want to move on. The things that you can do, and this is such an important phase, and I guess I see so many practitioners sitting in this phase of fear and not stepping out of their comfort zone. So at this stage, if you've got some clients and you've got some kind of ad hoc business going, and you think that you're going to go to the next level, really you need to embrace your fears or at least have an awareness of them. You have to be ready to invest in your business. You cannot grow out of a hobby business into the next stage of business if you're not willing to spend money. And I guess I see that a lot as well, that practitioners say, well, I don't have any money to spend. So going back and building that hobby business and putting some money away so that you do have some money to invest on your growth is imperative at this stage. And implementation. So people want to move on from this hobby business stage. They don't know what to do, but they don't implement when they're told what to do as well. So I see this a lot as well. And that lack of implementation comes again back to that base of fear of expansion, the fear of expansion, of stepping out, of being seen, all those kinds of things. So there's a real big mindset shift for practitioners when they're on their business journey from the hobby business into a smaller business. So being aware of that and being prepared for that shift at this stage is probably one of the most important things that I can get across in this webinar. I've written there that join Wellness Hubs Australia. So that's my other business that I run. So let me just explain to you what that is. We have 11 hubs in local areas around Australia. We are very focused on education. So we have a business speaker at every meeting who comes in and talks about a different business topic. We're also about support and connection with like-minded business owners. So when you go to a Wellness Hub meeting, there is a room full of other practitioners who are in the same boat as you, learning how to run their business. It's a place where you can get cross referrals and you can collaborate with other people and really just not feel as isolated and as alone in your business. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, the website is wellnesshubsaustralia.com.au, and we do have 11 locations around Australia at the moment and looking to expand all the time. So change your mindset, start thinking about spending some money on your education and your business, and come along to a hub meeting and check it out and really start to embrace your learnings in the business world so that you can move your business forward to the next level. So if that is you, let's get back on the train and move to the next station. And I'll just have a sip of water at the same time. And the next station and the next stage of business is a solo business. Now, this is the biggest stage in the practitioner journey. Many, many, many practitioners stay at this station, and that is totally fine. You can stay here forever and be incredibly comfortable and happy with what you're earning, with the amount of clients that you have. And there is a huge scope of growth within this. So from getting off the train in Hobbyland and starting a solo business and starting to take yourself seriously and starting to implement the learnings, you can grow a fantastic business by just staying in this area. You know, when I talked at the beginning that you would probably have 4 or 5 websites, you know, from jumping from your hobby business into a solo business, you'd start looking at, well, let's make my website more professional, and what does it need to say, and who do I need to say it to? So obviously, being a solo business person at this stage, you are always working on your own. You can be seeing anywhere from 10 to 30 clients a week. You are having regular clients on a regular basis. And I think that's the big difference between a hobby business and a solo business, is that when you start to put your clients before your family or your life, and I'm not saying that you don't have one, but that you're just taking a priority and you have certain client times scheduled into your diary, and you're seeing clients on a regular basis, that your income is more leveled out, it's not as fluctuating as what it was in a hobby space, then you're definitely in the solo business space. You would be starting to increase your business skills. And like I said, when you first get off the train from Hobbytown, you're probably not as skilled, and then you would learn the skills as you go. You would also start doing some more promotion and marketing, probably a little bit ad hoc at the beginning, and as you learn your skills towards the later stages of being in the solo business, it would become much more concise and planned. You could even be working at somebody else's clinic. And when I say that, a lot of people rent spaces at other people's clinics, but you're still running your own business. So that is still classed as the solo business stage of the practitioner journey. You can go to being overwhelmed if you're juggling clients and trying to run the business, and I see that a lot. So it's really just about managing your time within this phase and this state of practitioner journey so that you don't become overwhelmed and it doesn't become too much for you. As I said before, huge expansion for growth in this, and you could be earning anything from $15,000 a year to $100,000 a year at this stage. So what happens in the solo business journey is really you can only go as far as you can go in terms of your capacity. So you as the solo business owner and the solo practitioner have only got so many hours in your day, and you can grow your business until you are totally booked up, so that you are full, you're not taking in any new clients, and you're seeing, you know, let's say 7 clients a day, 5 days a week, totally booked out, and you've got this business that's absolutely rocking. So you've got your marketing, your systems, that kind of thing, and you're saying, okay, that's fantastic. So how can you still enhance your business further and still be a solo business owner? Well, that's where you would move into other areas of business so that you're still doing your practitioner side and you're still seeing your clients one-on-one, but you start to look at how else you can enhance your business. So that's when we look at things like selling products, running workshops, webinars, going out and speaking at events, whether you do some online training or run meditation classes or anything like that. It's starting to look at, well, you know what, I don't want to be anything else than a solo business owner. So how can I stop swapping my time for money and start earning some more money in better ways that doesn't wear me out? So that's really a great learning and a great way of managing your business there. But really, how do we learn to do all this stuff? So again, in this stage of business, I offer a program, and I have a 10, what I call this 10 essential steps when you're being a solo business owner. And I'm just going to run through these now, because really when you get off the train from Hobbytown, these are the things that you want to be thinking about so that you can start as your solo business owner and progress right through the whole spectrum of potential in the solo business station. So the first essential step to a solo business is definitely goal setting. Sorry. If you don't have an idea of where you're going, and that's part of what this webinar is designed to do, you can't go there. So it's really having an idea of where you really want to be in the world and what you're aiming for. I can't stress enough, and I said before, that many practitioners in the solo business stage of their journey are in overwhelm. It all comes down to time management. So really learning how to manage your time effectively, to manage your clients, the changeover between clients, how you handle all your marketing, your bookkeeping, all that kind of stuff that comes with running a business. Knowing your numbers is incredibly important for you to be a successful solo business owner. Many people think, oh, I'm not good at numbers, and that's great. I'm not good at numbers either, but I have to force myself to learn and understand my numbers, because if I don't understand where my income's coming from, how much I'm earning, how much I'm spending, I can't refine it and I can't make my business better. So your business maths is incredibly important for you to know and understand in solo business town. Also, client retention. We talked about it in the hobby phase, and it's just as important in solo business phase. You have to retain your clients. You have to get them booking in more than once. You want to get them to be referring you to other people. It's a whole mindset shift, and it's a whole skill that you need to learn if you're going to have a successful solo business. Target audience. You might have heard that mentioned quite a few times if you've watched marketing videos. Really defining who that is at this stage. Because back in Hobbytown, or even in your experimental self-healing phase, you're probably taking on any client that you want to, and any client that comes along. And then at this point, when you're starting to do your time management and you're starting to get more serious about your business, it's starting to really think about, well, who do I really want to work with, and how can I niche into that area, and how can I market specifically to those people? Of course, websites. I said before that you'd probably upgrade your website at this stage, learning really how you can do that, how you can manage it, how you can do it yourself if you want to, so that you're not wasting money, etc. And then the whole social media and content world, putting your messages out there so that people can find you and come to you in your solo business. For you to stay alive as a solo business owner, content and social media is something that you definitely can't ignore. And then scheduling it, marketing plans. I see so many people just chucking random posts onto Facebook that aren't relevant to what they're trying to market, or it's not relevant to what they're actually doing, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. And there's so much ad hoc marketing going on in the practitioner space that the people that actually take the time to plan it and have a strategy around it will really find the benefit in doing that. Sales and packaging your services. Again, another really important area for you to know in this solo business space. If you can't get clients to move from one service to another, or you can't actually attract a client and then convert them into the sale, that's going to be a problem for your business. So learning these skills is really important as well. And lastly, systems and procedures. So many solo business owners think, I don't need that just yet, but to be honest, you do, and you'll see as we move forward into the different next phases of the journey is how important those are. But even in this solo business phase, they'll get to the point where there'll be tasks that you want to outsource, and there'll be things that you want to get rid of that you don't have time to do in your day-to-day managing clients in your business. So when you have the systems and procedures in your business to set up, and it makes outsourcing so much easier, it frees up your time, you'll have good contractors who know what they're doing, and you'll have a thriving solo business. And having a solo business with contractors and outsourcing still classes you as a solo business. So you can see that if you implemented all those 10 things and really became a guru at all of those, you could have an exceptionally successful solo business, and you could easily be earning up to $100,000 a year in this solo business space. So let me just quickly tell you about my Business Pathway program, because that's where you can learn all these skills. It's a 12-month program. We have 10 face-to-face sessions, and each of those face-to-face sessions is 3 hours long, and we go through each of those 10 essential steps that I just explained to you in detail. It's not so much around what you need to do, but how you need to do it. And I say to people that you can go and watch a marketing video on YouTube and it'll tell you what you need to do, but how do you actually make that work in your business is the key. And that's what we really work on in my mentoring sessions. After we've done the 10 sessions, we have 8 monthly phone calls while you're implementing all your learnings, and that's for you to ask questions, get help, seek advice, etc. There is a resource area that's got extra information around all those 10 core areas. You get 12 months membership to the Wellness Hubs Australia meetings, and then you also have connection with the other participants via a closed Facebook group. I've got my last program starting for 2015 on Monday the 10th of August, and that will take you right through till December for your 10 face-to-face sessions. So you'll be in a really great space to kick off 2016 with a lot of information ready to go. Remember back transitioning from hobby to solo, I talked about implementation was really important. Again, if you're going to grow your solo business from when you've got off the train to being at Solo Business Town and being successful, lots and lots of implementation, lots of facing your fears, stepping out of your comfort zone and really embracing all the information that you receive and implementing it into your business to move it forward. So let's have a look at what happens if we're going to keep moving on. So you've got your solo business rocking and you go, you know what, I can do more than this. So what do you need to do? And here I go with my systems, and I'll talk non-stop about this. But you need to start systemizing your business. If you're going to move out of Solo Town, you have to get systems into your business. You have to start looking at your time management and how you're going to grow your business. So what options are out there for you? Start to get some human resources education, because when you're not going to be a solo business person, that means that you're going to have other people working for you. And at this point, you probably write an in-depth business plan for where you want to go. You may notice that I haven't mentioned business plans before that. It's because I don't really believe in them before that. And I think that your goals and having goals and aims and direction that you're going to go in is much more important than having a business plan that you're never going to look at again. So we get back on the train from the solo business. We're incredibly successful. We are working for ourselves, we're running workshops, we've got some online programs, and we think, you know what, let's move to the next stage. And we get to the small business stage. So what you might be doing in small business is you'd be employing 1 to 2 staff perhaps, so that you would be either having days off of the clinic and not practicing and people filling in for your days, or you may have an extra room or something like that. So you could be seeing between 30 and 60 clients a week, because all of a sudden your business is able to expand in the amount of clients it's able to see because there's more people working in it. Probably still just doing the one modality that you were doing at the beginning. For you as a business owner, you'd be really looking at your staff management, and you'd be working by supervising staff and training staff, as well as working on the business and as well as seeing your own clients. So there's lots of different ways that you can structure it, and then it's totally up to you how you do structure your small business. And yeah, it's really more just starting to go, well, how can I expand and see more people, and having those systems so that let's say you're a massage therapist, you've got a very special way of doing massage. Your systems and your training would show other practitioners how to do your version of massage, so that your clients are now not so reliant on you, but they come and see anybody at the clinic, and that allows you to expand really easily. You could be earning anywhere between 80 to 150. It really, it's, you know, the sky's the limit here. You could be employing as many people as you like, and really starting to get a great income. So if you are going to expand at this level, I have a business growth program. I'm not going to go into that in detail. It's by an application only. Suffice to say that I talk about a lot of things that I'm mentioning today at high level, the HR, the systems, all that kind of stuff. Again, that you would continue working on your systems and procedures, the training, the staff management. You would definitely have structured marketing at this point. You've got other people that you need to provide clients to, so you don't have a choice anymore. It's now really up to you to get the clients in the door. You'd have your time management, and definitely your business management skills would be increasing now, because you're really starting to be a small business and you've got other people relying on you more than what you were before, when it was just you and your solo business. If you were going to move on from the small business, you would probably be thinking about expanding again, thinking about how you want that to look. Would you need new premises? What would you do? And at this point, you probably start thinking about branching out into complementary modalities. Again, you definitely have a business plan, whether you needed financing to do this change, etc. And at this point, you'd start to think about, well, I need to reduce the personal me from my business, because when we get to the next stage, you become more of a business manager than a practitioner. So let's jump back on the train and go to the next station, which I called Wellness Centre. So at this point, you'd really be employing lots of staff. It could be a multi-modality clinic. It doesn't have to be, but it could be. You really are going much more into a business management phase here. When we talked about solo businesses, and we really talk about us being the practitioner and the business owner aside, when we get to Wellness Centre, the practitioners that I see that try and be practitioners and run a wellness centre at the same time, it becomes a really big struggle for them. So if you're going to move to this scope, it's probably at this point where you think, I'm actually more a business owner and manager than I am a practitioner. So you start to step away from it. It also allows you to grow the business more because the clients aren't so reliant on you. Again, you'd be doing things like customer complaints, managing your staff. You'd have a huge HR, human resources area that you would do. You'd be really a jack of all trades, and this would definitely be a full-time job running this wellness centre. What you might be earning is, you know, anywhere from 150 to upwards, 200 a year, that kind of thing. So if you were enhancing your wellness centre and staying in this phase, you'd obviously, again, continue to work on your systems and processes. Again, your time management, your business management. Definitely you would have huge structured marketing, big websites, online booking systems, all that kind of stuff. You'd really be getting high tech in that. You might even be employing somebody to do your marketing, and you really have withdrawn yourself from the business and working on as a staff manager. And the wellness centres that I see that are really succeeding, that's what's happened. The business owner is really just the manager and making it work beautifully. If you are going to move on from here, this is where you want to start getting a business that can run without you. So definitely going into procedures, having everything documented, your training manuals, everything that happens in your business would need to be documented, recorded, videoed, systemised and streamlined, and you'd start to be preparing for your exit out of the business. So let's get on that train. And the last stage and the last station of the practitioner journey would be where you've built your wellness centre up and you sell it. And that's kind of the entrepreneur journey as well. People build their businesses till they're absolutely rocking. They withdraw themselves slowly throughout the process. And as you do that, you have a business that can work without you. So it's not reliant on you. It doesn't need you. And you can then sell it. You know, you could sell your business different amounts depending on what kind of a business it was, but you could definitely make some good money by selling your business at this stage. And then I like to use the analogy of the circle again, because what happens in the entrepreneur journey is that when people sell their businesses and you've got that taste of being a business owner and being an entrepreneur, then you start again and you go back and you do something else, or you go and help somebody else, or you start mentoring or something like that. So the journey cycle starts again. In one of the speakers that I heard talk one day, they talked about a 10-year cycle, so that every 10 years people build their businesses up and then sell and come back. I don't think 10 years is long enough. I think it's a longer journey than that. But definitely that when you've got to that point, you start looking at what else that you can do. So let me just give you a quick recap on that. There's no right or wrong. Like I said at the beginning, you can be at any stage in this practitioner journey that suits you, and that's totally okay. What I do ask is that whatever stage you're at, really try and rock it and know what you need to do at every stage, and especially that solo business owner stage. There's such a scope and there's so much room for you to have business education and management experience. To really embrace that and enhance that is just really important. So no station is better than the other. You can stop wherever you like and you can keep going backwards if you want to. So, you know, if you jumped from solo to small and you got to small and you employed a couple of people and you went, oh, wow, this is so not for me. I am so not a human resources manager. I'm going to go back to solo business. That's totally fine too. So many people look at that as failure, and that is definitely not failure. So let me just recap all the different areas that I can help you with at the different stages of your journey. At the same time that I do that, if you have any questions, feel free to type them into the chat pad. When you're at the hobby self-discovery mode, it's best to go to the mywellnessbusiness.com.au website for free business articles to help you to start getting your business mindset into place. After that, when you're going from hobby to solo, there's Wellness Hubs Australia, which is definitely a place where you can go and connect with other like-minded business owners and really start to learn some business skills to help your business move forward from the speakers that we get in to speak to you. If you're really ready to rock your solo business, then I do recommend my Business Pathway program. My last session for 2015 is starting on Monday, the 10th of August. And we will definitely be going into depth of those 10 key areas of making your business successful and giving you the skills you need to help grow your business. After that, there is the Business Growth Program. Again, a lot about HR, systems, implementation, that kind of thing. And this is available on application because it's really quite specific to where people are at. So if you're at that stage, feel free to contact me and I can have a chat to you about what's involved in that program. Whew. So thank you for coming. I hope that was beneficial for you, that you got some information out of it. If there's any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer them. My email address is there, so nikki@mywellnessbusiness.com.au, as well as my phone number. I'm happy to chat to you if you've got any questions or you wanted to know anything. Otherwise, you can email me. So thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed spending your lunchtime with me. I hope I gave you a little bit of insight into where you can possibly take your business and how you can get there. And good luck with your business. And I'll see you soon. Bianca just said, thank you, very clear and easy to follow, great tips. Thank you, Bianca, and thank you for coming. If you're listening to the recording, feel free to close out now. I'll just sit here and wait for some questions. Otherwise, I'll shut down in a minute or two. Okay, there doesn't seem to be any more questions, so I'm going to log out. Like I said, if you want to email me, nikki@mywellnessbusiness.com.au, and I'm more than happy to answer your questions there. Thank you and have a lovely day.